We kick off Week 13 in the NFC, where the Cowboys are taking on the Saints. Dallas has lost their past 3 games in New Orleans and look to break that pattern next.
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they interplay. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
To get us started, and we are underway from the Superdome. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And we get a look at Jameis Winston ready to lead this New Orleans offense for the first time in his 7th season in the NFL and his 2nd with the Saints.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Winston. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield. Everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Winston to give. It's Kamara. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Off the play fake, Winston. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll make it 3rd down. Throwing, Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make this a 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Jameis to throw it. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. On 3rd down, Winston. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Neville Gallimore able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Out is Lutz now for the New Orleans field goal attempt. This from 54 yards away. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 17 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. On 3rd and 1. Here's Prescott. This to Jarwin. Shoves him aside. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game and a victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
A first down carry by Elliott. And a solid run down inside the 30. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Schultz. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dalton Schultz. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
The losing streak can take it on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and it rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this. So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
So, CD, you talk about this football team and some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here. And then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame. They talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. To throw is Winston. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. Two 1st downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 40.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. To throw, Winston. Looking long for Thomas.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 21. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. To the air again with Winston. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. 7 yards, the pickup there. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. He's got Smith here. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Working out of the gun. Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Winston now. Flushed out right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jameis Winston. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no.
Oh, Prescott stripped. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a long count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. CD for them. this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Pollard to return from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And he'll get us up over the 25 to the 26. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves them with third and just a couple.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Well, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be fourth down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away.
Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Here comes Michael Thomas and the rest of the Saints offense. Second quarter, a guy like him, no catches, so that's the surprising part. But they're winning, so maybe they've been able to do some other things effectively, I guess.
And they found other ways, haven't they? Because the receivers will tell you, offense needs to run through us, but they're managing to get it done in this ball game without having to actually do that. I wouldn't expect them to stay silent for the rest of the game, though.
Yeah, you got to think that his first catch is coming at some point. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. The Saints on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A give. This is Kamara. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Winston. Smith catches left side. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 35. Now Winston. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith.
7 yards, the pickup there.
On On second down, Kamara. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The offense on third down tonight, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped it to 17.
Amari Cooper and the Cowboys set to take over once again. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Here's Elliott. Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well to get a few stops.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott, he's going to look end zone here for Cooper. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Demario Davis, his 2nd sack of the night.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, there, it's silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Let's go. Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Second down, and it's Kamara again. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Third and short yardage, Winston. It's caught, Smith. And he is going to have a Saints first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him try to come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Winston. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This from 54 yards away. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he gets everything he could into this one. The trajectory's good. It's definitely online. It just need a little more oomph behind it, and it'll wind up falling just shy of the crossbar.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. 1 second, all that remains. They begin on the ground with Kamara, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks. Back for the second half of Thursday Night Football in just a moment. But first, the bye weeks are over. We've got a full slate of 16 games once again. So let's give everybody a look ahead at what's to come here in Week 13. Good games galore in that Sunday lineup. We'll highlight the one going on in Atlanta. A big one for the Falcons as they'll face off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then in the afternoon window, all eyes will be on Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, where it'll be the Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And finally, on Monday Night Football, a good one in the AFC East, the Patriots and Bills from Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
It's a gain of 12.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll make it a second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On second down now, it's Elliott. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Again, it's Elliott. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 51 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Tenth carry now for Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
He'll get this to Elliott.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So now Dak Prescott off. Greg Zuerlein on for the field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And we will not see a run back here from Harris. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. Jameis to throw it. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. The busy night continues for Kamara. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Here's Winston. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And now here come the Cowboys. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They go to Elliott again. there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
On first down, it's Elliott. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Prescott. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Elliott. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 35. 65 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Prescott. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lowered in the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. 2nd and 5 from the 8. Prescott now. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. CeeDee Lamb. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Now Zerline on and the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece. So that one a 13-play drive in total. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. Stays on his feet. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
He's relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. From the 31, Winston.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Saints on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Winston.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 28. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Jameis now on 1st down. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Winston now. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And Lutz puts this one through. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Got an open man, the tight end Jarwin. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. This to Jarwin. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. This one caught left side by Cooper. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now Prescott. Room to run past midfield.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Prescott now from the 50.
Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 6.
To throw is Prescott.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. By the way, you'd be looking at about a 47-yarder from here as they come up on an important 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Breaks a tackle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Zerline's kick is up and through. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. We've seen some big kicks in the NFL the last few years, and that one might just rank right up there.
And you know you can hear the crowd react, right? But I was focused in on the sideline and watched them absolutely erupt. I don't know how many of them thought that he was actually going to make that kick, but how about how they felt when the ball went over the post?
No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
It's complete. Kamara.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to lead to a third down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Winston to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Dallas offense set for this next drive.
They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
Demario Davis, Saints leading tackler last year, in on the stop that time.
And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. A first down throw for Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A give to Elliott. Powers past him at midfield. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
108 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to him.
And now this first drive in OT continues. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Do what you do.
A first down carry by Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Here's Prescott.
And that nearly picked off. Oh, that would have been a big INT here in overtime. Instead, they'll get another shot on third down.
And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
Throwing, Prescott. And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well.
And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. And absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans streaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for the Cowboys, their very slim playoff hopes get a boost as they move to 5-7.
And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the